Public records in Maryland are supposed to be just that, records available to the tax-paying public. Federal and many state governments have drafted laws protecting your right to see those records.
But a Project Baltimore investigation is raising questions over information the Maryland State Department of Education is not allowing the public to see.
You looked at the documents, you saw the redactions. What are your thoughts?
Chris, this is shocking.
Scott Marter is a Baltimore-based attorney who's very familiar with Maryland's public records law.
I don't think there should be redactions at all.
Back in 2017, on behalf of Fox 45, Marter sued Baltimore City Schools when the district refused to release documents related to grade-changing investigations. In 2019, a judge ruled in our favor, saying the school system willfully and knowingly violated the law. Now, Marter says the State Department of Education appears to be doing the same thing.
The public should be able to see what is in these emails.
Yes.
Last week, Project Baltimore received the results of a public records request we filed in April. We asked for emails and text messages sent or received by Maryland State Superintendent Mohammed Chaudhry between January and March of 2023. That time period is important because that was when Fox 45 exposed 23 schools in Baltimore City where 0 students who took the state test in 2022 scored proficient in math. When we began reporting on state test scores in late January, the state removed the scores from its website and later reposted them with heavy redactions, making less information available to the public about how public schools are performing. That is why we filed this public records request, to see what your government officials were saying to each other about redacting the test results.
From that request, we received about 500 pages of documents with very few redactions. But take a look at this email thread. This was sent on March 3rd with the subject line, Project Baltimore Request. This first email was sent by me at 1:32 in the afternoon to Superintendent Chaudhry and others at MSDE. In this email, we specifically ask about the 23 city schools that had 0 students proficient in math. 20 minutes after I sent that first email, Chaudhry sent it to some more of his co-workers. This is at 1:52. We can see everything. It's right here. But then 15 minutes later, at 2:07, Superintendent Chaudhry forwarded the email again, but this time, we can no longer see his email address. We also can't see who he sent the email to, and every word in the body of the email has been redacted. So the public cannot see what the superintendent said. We can't see who he sent it to. We also can't see from what email he sent it.
MSDE said the reason for its redactions were to protect executive privilege, the deliberative process, and to maintain the privacy of the state employee. But Marter says, as far as he can tell, those exemptions do not apply here.
In the interest of transparency, they should give you more information about why they redacted those items. That may help you determine whether you think that they were right or not. But by restricting the amount of information you have, it doesn't paint a good picture for them.
And remember, emails were only part of our request. We also asked for text messages during that time frame. This is what we received, a log of 98 texts sent or received by Superintendent Chaudhry, with the phone numbers redacted. But this is not what we asked for. We did not request a call log. We asked for the actual text messages. But we don't have them, so you can't see them.
Under the state's public records law, is a text any different than an email?
No.
So we should get both?
You should get both, yes. Typically, the next step would be to send an email back to the agency and say, we think you're wrong for the following reasons.
So we did. On Tuesday, Project Baltimore replied to MSDE asking why we received the emails but not the text messages. We also asked for a more detailed explanation about why this email is redacted. If the state cannot point to a specific state law to justify these redactions, we ask that the email addresses and the body of the email be unredacted so the public can see what its government is doing. Project Baltimore will keep you updated on how the state responds.
It is always important that the public know what government is doing. When government hides information, then it makes it a lot harder for the voters to make intelligent decisions.
I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.